All right. Welcome, everybody. This is Christine from the Iron USA office in New York, and I am here with Sarah, who has been the YES Alumni intern for the past summer, or I guess several months. And she has helped to organize this wonderful webinar. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Um, and so we wanted to welcome you all to the webinar. We're really excited that you all got up on a Saturday and decided to join us for this really, really exciting opportunity that Sarah will introduce Abir, and we're really lucky to have her here with us. But she actually also joined us back in May for another professional development webinar that we did for YES Alumni. And she specializes a lot on LinkedIn. And so we decided that we would do a special webinar just on building your profile on LinkedIn, how to use LinkedIn to improve your job search, and how to leverage the YES community and being a YES alumnus for building your LinkedIn network and your LinkedIn profile. So for the past year and a half, we've been doing a webinar series, and this is actually the fourth webinar this year that we have put together for alumni. And we are really excited to have to be continuing this. And I'll go ahead and let Sarah start to explain a little bit more about Abir, and we can get started. But before we do that, I just wanted to again remind you to please answer the polls and put your dot on the map if you can. Also, let your friends know that the webinar is starting so that they can join us. But if anyone is not able to hear us, or if you get disconnected, we are recording the webinar. So you can always come back and watch this later, or even if you want to just review it for more tips, that's great. You can do that as well. Throughout the webinar, we're going to be putting up different questions and everything. So please look for those and let us give us your feedback. And the final thing that we're really excited about, and why we're really excited about this webinar in particular, is that the YES program is going to be launching, has decided to launch its own LinkedIn group. So you will now be able to join the YES Alumni LinkedIn group and be connected to all of the other YES alumni who are in that group as well for professional reasons. We know that you all are embarking on your careers soon or want to connect in more professional ways to find internship opportunities, funding opportunities, job opportunities, etc. And so connecting with each other for professional purposes is also really important to your growth as a leader. And so we're really excited for you to all join that. But we'll talk about that more at the end of the webinar and tell you how to find us so you can go and connect with us there once you've spiffed up your your LinkedIn profile based on Abir's tips and pointers. So Sarah's going to go ahead and introduce her now so that we can get started. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. This is Sarah again. I'm really excited to see some of you have answered the poll all the way on the bottom left. I think we've got a good group of people who have LinkedIn accounts and use it regularly, and also people who are here to learn more. So it's great that you've joined us. That's the reason we're here today. So happy to see you. All right. Abir Abughait has a wide variety of life experiences, and in the past few years following her graduation from university, she's been unemployed, she's volunteered, she's found work, she's been in internships, and most recently in the last year, she started her own company. So she's seen a broad range of the types of experiences that you might be faced with after graduating from college. She grew up in a Palestinian refugee camp. She finished her school with high grades. She got her bachelor's degree and graduated with honors, but then was unemployed. And so she's been really resourceful in terms of finding those professional outlets, using LinkedIn to promote herself, and now using LinkedIn to help others promote themselves. She's the chairperson and CEO of Stay Linked. She'll talk a little bit more about the company that she's started. She's received numerous national and regional awards. She also works as a career guidance supervisor. She's really your go-to for all the questions you have about professional development and specifically LinkedIn, and LinkedIn for young people and people just starting off. She's focused a lot of her work on advancing opportunities for youth, like I mentioned, and also women to participate actively in public advocacy, economic empowerment, and in politics. And over the past 2 years, she's led trainings similar to the presentation she'll be giving today on social media, employment, entrepreneurship in urban and marginalized areas. She's published articles, she's held workshops. You can see that for her young age, she's really been productive and she's really someone that you should follow. Later on in the webinar, we'll also have a link to her LinkedIn profile specifically. So if you want to make your first connection on LinkedIn after starting your profile, or if you want somebody to connect to, Abir is a wonderful person to do that with. So without further ado, we're going to move over into the presentation space, and I'll let Abir take the floor. Thank you so much for being here, Abir. Thank you to all of you who are participating. We're so excited to hear your questions and listen to Abir's presentation.
Hello? Hello?
Here, you go ahead, Abir.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. It's a great honor and privilege for me to be here today to talk to you about LinkedIn for job seekers. I appreciate being given this opportunity by IAN and their team. Thank you so much. Our agenda for 1 hour webinar will be as the following. First, we will talk about getting noticed and how to enhance our online image and building our personal brand. Next, we will talk about how to maximize job seeker premium. Third, getting connected, building and expanding your professional network. And finally, getting opportunities by finding and landing your dream job. We will take from 5 to 10 minutes before in the webinar to take and answer your questions. Now I would be officially introduce myself, the voice that you're listening to. My name is Abir Abu Ghaib. I'm CEO and a chairperson and CEO of Staylinked, and I'm working also as a career guidance supervisor at Center of Entrepreneurship and Career Development in Palestine Polytechnic University. My company acts as a talent broker between skilled Palestinian freelancers and businesses with project need that can be delivered leveraging remote service resourcing. The Staylinked Talent Network is comprised of creative and motivated freelancers with expertise in translation, graphic design, 3D modeling, data entry, and online marketing and website development, and more. If you need to know more about Staylinked and to get some work opportunities, you can visit our website www.staylinked.ps. Looking for a job is a matter of attitude. Assume a positive attitude. Remember, as a student or graduate, you are now looking for the job you want. So, being positive is a vital precondition for your job search. If you feel negative, it could come across when you meet people, and they won't buy you. As the hiring managers want someone who is positive and upbeat, someone who says, "Give me the ball and let me run through the line." In order to get results when you're networking online or offline, you need to take into account some fundamental principles To be a successful networker follows the golden triangle of networking. Give or share. You have to give without remembering, receive without forgetting. Then ask for help. Asking is the most difficult task of networking, but sometimes a necessary one. Everyone likes to give because our brains are made in a way that it gives satisfaction when we are giving. But never start by asking, but by giving. The last fundamental principle is to thank. Most of us do thank people when we have received something or when someone has delivered a solution to a problem. But do we always thank people when we don't get something? Do you take the time to look for a solution but don't find one? Or when take the time to just listen to you? Taking the golden triangle into account when dealing with your network, and you will see the result. Today we will talk about LinkedIn. Here's some fundamentals demographic information about the other people you will find on LinkedIn. The main takeaway that I really like you to get from this slide is that there are a whole of incredibly diverse people on LinkedIn from all around the world, all together in the one place. You will find people from Fortune 500 companies, non-profits organizations, institutions, government agencies, small businesses, and recruiters, active job seekers, and passive job seekers. So, no matter what profession, position, or location you want to work in, you will find related people and opportunities on LinkedIn. First, spend something talking about how LinkedIn can help you enhance your professional image, also known as your personal brand, which is an essential component of a successful job search. The reality today is that recruiters and hiring managers are checking you out online. According to a study from Microsoft, 70% of employers said they have rejected a job candidates because of information they found about that person online. On the flip side, the same Microsoft study found that 85% of employers say that positive online reputation influences their hiring decisions. So, clearly, your internet image can make or break a job opportunity. So, what better way to impress than to have a professional networking profile be the first search result for your name? Many recruiters and hiring managers immediately look up job candidates on Google after receiving their resumes because they want to get full picture of who candidates is before deciding to contact that person. You can control what they find by building a strong and effective LinkedIn profile. So now we will going into the LinkedIn website and demo a strong example of LinkedIn profile. So here we are looking at the profile of Said. Yeah, Christine, can you go to LinkedIn website? That's great. Okay, now I will talk about this profile, as you said, as you see in the screen, on the screen. So now, so here you are looking at the profile of Said. He is not a job seeker, but I think his profile gives some examples of a strong ways to use LinkedIn. You can see first his professional headline, which I think is one of the most important pieces of realistic on your LinkedIn profile. After we go through Saeed's profile, we will take about how a job seeker should approach the headline. He also has a professional headshot. Remember that your headshot need to be professionally focused. No picture of family or friend. Okay? And the best way to think about what to wear in your photo is to look like you would look if you are going to job interview. So in many industries, that would be a suit, maybe a tie or fancy necklace. Experts say that hiring managers are 7 times more likely to view your profile if you have a photo. It's a must-have. Not only does a photo allow your profile to stand out in the search results, but also shows recruiters that you are active on the network and LinkedIn is a viable way to contact you. LinkedIn experts suggest using a photo that places you in the context of your job. You want to help hiring managers envision you in that position. For example, if you are a chef, feel free to show yourself in a kitchen or in front of a whiteboard if you are a marketer. Continuing down on Saeed's profile, you can see his summary statement. What is the most important in the summary statement is to think about keywords. The words that you can use that will help an employer find your profile if they are looking for a talent. You can find what some of those words are by looking at job posting for the position that appeal to you, or looking at the LinkedIn profile of people who already have the job you are looking for. Then we will go to the experience section of Saeed profile. It's important to include those keywords as well. If you are job seekers premium account holder, LinkedIn will also recommend keywords to you that you might want to add your profile based on the words that you already have. Really important to remember that the details, in fact, on your resume and your LinkedIn profile need to match. That must be consistency between the two. But of course, if you can go into a lot more details in the experience section on your LinkedIn profile, of course, then you can in a resume. But bullet point work well for both. Continuing down, you can see that Saeed has added all of the different jobs that he's held and his accomplishment for each job. He's also added the couple of option sections, including publications. If you've written any publication and coursework, you don't need to include any courses you have taken, just courses that would be relevant to the work you want to do. If you are job seeking full-time, if you are not currently employed, you can help to show that you are actively taking classes in keeping your skills sharp. Continuing down, you can see the skills and endorsement area. No, you can go to the upper, yes. You can see the skills and endorsement area. This is another place to show the keyword that you represent the skills and talent that may be appealing to companies that you want to work for. Couple of important things here. Number one, again and again, consistency is important. You want the words that you say about yourself in your headline, your summary, your experience, and any else in your profile, you want those words to match the words that other people are endorsing you for, to show that other people think you are skilled at the things you think that you're skilled at. Otherwise, there will be disconnective if you talk about skills and talent and that you're endorsed for completely different issues. Also, if anybody endorses you for something that you don't want to be known for, maybe a skill that you did in previous career or something that you didn't want time ago, you can easily go into the edit profile mode and delete any keywords that you want to remove. You can also add the keywords that hope other people will endorse you for those. Saeed includes his education and a bit of additional information. Within, yes, as you can see, Saeed put his or include his education. We then come down to the recommendation section. This is another area where it's really important for keywords to appear, for the other people to talk about you using the words that maybe appeal to employer, and also for those to be consistent, the people that recommending you for the things that you say that you are good at, as well and certainly the things that you want to promote to employers. When we go to the bottom of Saeed profile, you can see the connection that he has. You can also see the groups that he belongs to, the companies and schools or influencers that he's following. This is not just important because it's interesting to see where person is connected. Again, it's another area for consistency. If you say that you are passionate, for example, about technology, you need to show that you are member of some technology groups, or following companies in the space, or perhaps following key influencers in that area. If you're a career changer, you want to make sure that the companies and the news and the influencers that you are following and the group that belong to are related to the new career that you want to pursue, not more focused on the career that you are leaving. So that's a look at Saeed profile. I think it's a good example of some strong element of a LinkedIn profile, but of course you want to focus on the elements that will be most valuable to you and your individual needs in the job search. Going back into the presentation now, as you can see the groups and followers. Okay. Going back into the presentation, as I mentioned, we'll share some tips for developing a string keywords aware headline as a job seeker. As I mentioned, your professional headline is a prime keywords area for search engine optimization. People are going into typing words to find a talent they want. You want to make sure that some of those words appear in your profile. And of course, your choice also depends on how openly you're job hunting. So again, look at the job posting for the position you want and match your headline to those titles or important keyword that you see in those listings. Also, look at people who have the jobs you want and see what the words they use to represent themselves. On the screen, you can see some example of a strong headlines for people in various career stages, various industries, and those for hunting both publicly and privately. In the sales field, one example is a client-focused big ideas salesperson for recent graduate, recent Ohio State honors grad, and publishing intern to show that this person is an entry level but has some experience in the publishing industry. IT project manager seeking new opportunity. It's perfectly fine and recommended to let people know that you are looking for a job if you openly job hunting. And for somebody who need to be a little bit more discreet about the job search that you want to just back keyword into your headline and demonstrate what level you are. In this example is a senior and the type of skills that you have, and that would be the final example. It's senior public relations and internal communication executive. Another important element of job seekers profile is to collect those recommendations that we saw in Saeed profile. What recruiters tell me is that most impressed by LinkedIn recommendation from formal manager or direct supervisors. Kind word from colleagues and friends are certainly nice, but that not as impactful in your job search. And recommendation is also best when be specific. Ask the recommender to write about one of your skills or the experience working with you on particular or specific projects. What you want to avoid multiple generic recommendations that say something like Ahmed is a great employee, for example. Now, on the basis of your profile, we will be sure to take advantage of many optional sections LinkedIn offered to enhance your profile and help you stand out from the crowd. When you be in edit profile mode, you can find all of the optional sections you have not yet added into your profile on the right hand side of your screen. These sections include languages you speak, organizations you belong to, honors and awards you have won, volunteer activities, and many others. Of course, you should only add the section that will add the value to your profile and those relate to the jobs that you are currently seeking. One section I do recommend all job seekers add is that volunteer experience and causes section, particularly if you have been for a while. Showing that you are active in volunteer efforts can impress an employers and demonstrate that you have been keeping your skills sharp. LinkedIn research also shows that 1 of 5 recruiters surveyed offered a job to candidates based on volunteer experience. So this is a section not overlook. LinkedIn also allows you to display visual examples of your work on your profile. With this feature, which is work portfolio, you can add links to websites that feature writing, upload, presentation, or documents that demonstrate the success of the recent projects, or shares videos that showcase your skills. But look how to do this. The 2 sections you can add and display media in your profile or in your summary section and in any entry in the experience section. When you in edit profile mode, click on the box with the plus sign, as you can see in the slide, to add the media where you would like to appear. Your other options for adding other media to your profile is to link to the website where your work exists, such as article you have written, or you mention site of the employer's page that represent products you have built to work done, slides, share presentation you have created, or even videos you have uploaded to the web. Simply copy and paste the URL website address into the box. Again, the LinkedIn will automatically pull header the image from the selected website to display in your profile. Your profile features in action in Matthew profile, as you can see on the screen. Matthew is a chief hotelier based in Arizona, and he uploaded photos for some food that he prepared. Matthew took LinkedIn by adding photos in media. His help to make his profile what he calls a one-stop shop for anyone interested in getting to know his work better, and the people reaching out to him on LinkedIn more than ever before about opportunities. Remember, employers and clients like to pass when you can show them what you do, not just tell them what you can do. So it's a great idea to add supporting documents or links to your profile. Now, once you have a great profile, don't just wait and hope that people will find you. You have to drive people to visit your LinkedIn presence. So, if you have already a LinkedIn profile, you can update your status in regular basis, and you can see, as you can see in the slide, the kind of updates have to be very professional, and then you have to add also your LinkedIn URL to your email signature lines, as you can see in this example. This show anyone you email with that eager to your LinkedIn, especially if you emailing with someone about your job search. And if you active on a Twitter on a professional appropriate way, you can use your LinkedIn profile as your website link on the Twitter, and you should also feature your LinkedIn URL directly on your resume. In part 2 from my presentation, we will talk about how to maximize job seeker premium. In order to unlock the full power of LinkedIn, it is increasingly necessary to add premium feature. Job seeker premium account offer you the following features. Getting noticed by potential employer. With premium, you can visually enhance your profile with a larger photo, an expanded profile header, and an exclusive gallery of images to use for your custom background. And also increasing your chances of appearing in relevant LinkedIn search result with top keyword suggestion that you can add to the summary section of your profile. As a job seeker premium subscriber, you can apply to jobs as a featured applicant. Your job application will appear above job application from non-premium members, which will be increasing your chances of having it viewed. The second feature is to get connected to hiring managers by discovers who's interested in you. The premium account give you the access the full list of people who viewed your profile in the last 80 days. So you can reach out to or follow up. Without the premium, you can only see the last 5 people. You will also see the keywords people are using to find you and the industries and locations of your viewers. Insights to help you improve your profile and be found more often. And also the premium offer you fine-tune your search with up to 4 additional people search filter, including interest, seniority, and Fortune 1000 and company size. cut down on the time needed to find recruiters in your industry. That will be cut down the time needed to find recruiters in your industry, executives at your target companies or leaders in your industry. Also, LinkedIn premium account give you a feature to send 10 in-mail credits per month to directly contact anyone on LinkedIn, even if you are not connected. So you can follow up with job applications or simply make a new industry contact. As you can see in the slide, there are 3 levels. Now, yes, as you can see in the slide, there are 3 levels of subscription for job seekers account, including basic account, job seeker, and the third one is job seeker plus. This is example of a LinkedIn premium account for Steve. Let's look at the picture. Now let's take a look on how to build a strong and valuable LinkedIn network. Perhaps that US Bureau of Labor Statistics finding that 70% of jobs are found through networking. What many people miss is that is not just enough to have connections. You have to be extremely proactive in your networking for connection to lead a real job opportunity. On LinkedIn, people in your network are called connections. LinkedIn uses a system that categorizes your connection and contact into separate degrees or levels. These include first degree are those people you already know. They include your friends, colleagues, and anyone you have already met. Second degree are the friends and contacts of your first degree connection. They are the friends of friends. Third degree are the connection from your second degree connection or the friends of friends of friends. And you also have a group connection, and the people who join a group and have the same interest, they will be the people who share at least one group with you on LinkedIn. You can use these levels to make connection among other LinkedIn users. For example, you can connect with other members of any LinkedIn group you belong to that has the same goal or interest as you. To build a strong and valuable LinkedIn network, let's get 3 ways. Step 1, reach out to everyone you know. First, you want to reach out individually to everyone you already know. Friends, family, neighbors, former colleagues, former classmates, everyone. This maybe is obvious, but many people forget to connect to the people closest to them. Remember the people on different minds when in a professional environment of LinkedIn. So even people you see every day might interact with you in a different, more professionally focused way on LinkedIn. And many people may have no idea that you are job hunting, or they not really know what kind of job opportunities you would be interested in without hearing about. So if you have LinkedIn already, or did you long time ago, be sure that you upload existing address book of contacts and connect on LinkedIn to the people you already have. When you do this, don't make common mistakes, however, of sending generic connection requests or placed messages about your job search. I know it's a time consuming, but the very best way to let your existing contacts in your job search is to reach out to every person individually and tell them you are job hunting and what kind of jobs you are looking for, perhaps on the phone call or coffee meet, to meet and talk further and offer to help this person with anything he or she might need. Individual personalized outreach is the most effective way to ask people for help. If you made extra efforts to connect one and one, those people will make the extra efforts to help you to find a job. Step 2 is to maximize group affiliation. Behind your personal contact, you have another network to tap into, and that's not the communities you belong to in real world, such as alumni networks and professional associations. On LinkedIn, you connect with these people by joining group. The more active you are on a group, the more value you get out of it. Here's a screenshot of a typical social media marketing group. The three areas there is not be missed. First is the manager's choice panel. This area, which appears as a scrolling discussion at the top of any group page. We show you the top 10 discussion of the manager of the group wants to highlight from members. These are often the conversation with the most participant in energy. Next is the job tab. This area of a group for post a job is where members post jobs to one and another, and where the manager of the group can filter and position from the general LinkedIn job posting area that he or she think will be particularly of interest to members of that group. And finally, search. By search the topic that you're interested or topics which you have expertise, you can pinpoint the discussion taking place in the group, or you would learn the most or have the most insight for the comments to add. You may start out the conversation with another person such as a recruiter or employed professional who could become helpful networking connection for your job search. To find the group you might like to join, go into the main LinkedIn search box at the top center of your screen and typing a topic that interests you, such as online marketing. Then scroll down to the job area, and LinkedIn will share some groups with that keywords or phrase. And another great way to find groups to join is to check up the LinkedIn profile of people you are admire in your industry and see what groups they belong to. And the final way to build your connection is to connect with people you want to build relationship with. This may include recruiters, headhunters, industry leaders, or anyone you think that might lead to job opportunity. One way to find these people is through LinkedIn People You May Know feature. You can find this area on the right side of your homepage on LinkedIn, where LinkedIn will recommend potential connection based on your current connection. Group memberships and any entry received mentioned in your profile. You automatically see 3 people featured here, but as you can see in the slide, but you can click see more to view a full list of possible connections. You can also be proactive and use LinkedIn incredibly powerful advanced search to find people. So for instance, let's say you would like a position as an executive assistant to CFO, Chief Financial Officer in California. Perhaps you would like to make research CFO who might need new assistants, and also find people who are currently assistant to CFO, just entering those 2 simple details LinkedIn, and then LinkedIn will show you people who fit with those criteria. When you received those results, you can simply search through and see what groups they people belongs or how they describe themselves in their profiles, and perhaps you use this information to help you improve your own LinkedIn presence, or you can see how you are connected to any of these people by mutual connection who might make an introduction for you or might share a group with you. Next, as you reach out to connect with people, especially those you have never met, remember that matter how you ask people for connection and for advice. First, always do your homework. Thoroughly read the person LinkedIn profile first, and then mention you impressed or you have something in common. This is the sign of respect and seriousness about connecting. Then write a brief, customized, polite note to explain why you want to connect. For example, the slides, as you can see in the example on the slides, Janet, I came across your profile and was very impressed. I'm also an executive assistant to CFO, and I'm currently looking for a role in a larger firm. I was wondering if you might be willing to share some advice based on your excellent career. Thank you for considering my request. Note that's not appropriate to directly ask for a job in connection request. As you can see from this example, I recommend using the request to build a relation and ask for advice only. This is just conversation starter. Job seeker can also make a new connection by checking out the Who's Viewed Your Profile area on LinkedIn. You can find this by rolling over the profile heading at the top of LinkedIn navigation. When you click on this feature, you can see the list of people who viewed your profile. This information is vital to a job seeker. If your profile is being viewed often, it could mean that your profile is complete and has strong keywords, meaning it's easily searched and found by others. It also means you're doing a great job of being active on LinkedIn, participating in group discussion, comments on others have said, or connecting with other LinkedIn users. If you want to get more value from LinkedIn, pay attention to who has viewed your profile. Here are a few types of people you might want to connect with after knowing they have checked you out. First, of course, is a recruiter. If recruiters look at your profile, there is a good chance there is being evaluated as a potential candidate for a job. Reaching out to that person with a friendly, polite message might help you build positive impression. Next is peers in your field. People often looked at other profiles as a way to help them figure out how they might their work they own. So getting in touch with a peer could be a great way to start a good and mutually beneficial networking relationship. You can also may find leaders in your field and looking at your profile. They could be interested in finding talented workers for their team, so contacting these leaders could allow you the opportunity perhaps to ask for an informational interview that may open the door of their organizations. And finally, as a friends and colleagues that they may be new to LinkedIn, whether just learning more about your career history, they could be ways to work together that neither often knew about. So it's a great idea to reach out and say hello. Let's talk about reaching out to a recruiter. Let's say I'm still an IT professional, but in this case, I noticed that recruiter has viewed my profile. First, I would be invest that recruiter's profile. If I learn this person has responsibility for recruiting someone like me, that I'm definitely in luck, and this is a great person to reach out to. Next, I will introduce my message with the subject that specifically mention what I am interested in. And again, I would open the message with acknowledgement of this person, and in this case, Richard have been looked at my profile. Then I will move into some specific I know about Richard and his company, and hope he see that I'm serious about my inquiry. Here's an example. Richard, thank you for viewing my profile. I hope it gave you a clear picture of the value I offer as an IT professional. I viewed your profile as well and noted that you help recruit for technical position at Adobe. I'm seeking new opportunities at this time and would be delighted to speak with you about my qualification. My qualifications. I have a long been a fan of your CS products and think I could be great fit for the IT support team at Adobe. Thank you again for your interest, and please let me know if I may. Send you an additional information. Next, okay, that's what I can write for recruiters. Next, let's say I'm some new and to IT with who wants to get into product management, and a leader in the field viewed my profile. This is leader in this case is Jane. After looking her up, I know that she has a quite bit experience and could be fantastic help in my request for more information. So I might send Jane an email again. Before writing a word, I would like to see it. My email is likely to be received positively by checking out Jane's profile and looking into the area I've outlined on your screen in orange. This is for the potential receipt indicate that he or she is interested in being contacted about. Jane has indicated that expertise request or welcome, so I feel confident. Next, I will introduce my message with the subject that specifically mentioned what I am interested in as a previous example. Of course, then I will make sure that I noticed that Jane looked at my profile and immediately explain what Jane and I have in common. Then I will make my specific ask. You can see the example. Now, please see okay, I think I have to read it. Hi Jane, I noticed that you recently viewed my profile on LinkedIn. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed getting to know me a little bit better. I returned the favor and looked at yours too. I'm new to the field of IT and aspiration of moving into product management in the future. I noticed from your profile that you have a quite bit of expertise in the field. Would you be willing to share your experiences with an aspiring IT leader? Specifically, it would be helpful to learn about where you see the field going to more millennials enter the workforce. If you would be able to take a few minutes to speak on the phone or answer a few of my questions, I would be grateful. I would also be happy to help you in any way I can. Now, please note how the end of the message allowed to Jane to take other option convenient to her, continue her contact. Also, this message offer my help as well. It's an important part of networking on LinkedIn. Okay, now we will talk about the last and final piece of my presentation. We'll talk about how LinkedIn can help you find real job opportunities right now.
Hi, Abir. Actually,
A lot of job seekers don't know how.
Abir, I'm so sorry
Yeah.
to jump in. I'm actually going to jump in and ask a few questions. If you look in the presenter notes to the side, I just want to ask a few questions before we move away from LinkedIn here. Um, because as you know, a lot of the people who are participating in this webinar are alumni of an exchange program. And so I wanted to ask you, where do you think on their LinkedIn profile is the best place for them to highlight their experience as a YES exchange student, and then all of the work that they've done as a YES alum? Which part of the profile do you think is best for that?
Yeah. I think as a YES alumni, they can add programs or projects. I don't know if they build project or if they participated as in this in YES alumni as a projects. They can mention the kind of a project that they participated in, and also they can show at as a voluntary work. Yeah.
Okay, so it's voluntary. Great. Okay, so would they
Yes.
put it under education?
Yes.
Would they
That
include it
would
as
be
an
great.
education, or would they want to do because while they were in the United States, they did do volunteer service, so they can put that under volunteer. But they were also
That's
attending
yeah.
school in the U.S. So would that be something under education or under?
Did you yeah, Christine, did you give them a certification?
Did receive a certificate of completion for completing the program. Yes.
Okay, great. So they will add that under certifications and linked on LinkedIn.
Okay.
They will find section on LinkedIn. It's called certification. So they can add YES alumni as a يعني, experience under certification.
So you could, depending on how they want to put it, they can put it either under we received, a certificate for completion,
Yeah.
or under education, education experience, or depending, under experience, but maybe education could be an interesting part of, where they studied
Yeah.
abroad. And then as alumni,
Yes.
and then under
Then
volunteer, they all can include the volunteer work that they did. And then as alumni, talk about maybe individual projects that they have worked on to just demonstrate some of their leadership skills that they've used in those projects.
yeah, exactly. If their participation in this program, including some activities such as projects or voluntary work, that will be great to highlight this in their this experience in their profile under voluntary work or under projects.
So another question, and if anyone else has questions, you can actually type them in the chat box too, so we can have Abir answer them for us. Another question I have then is when you were talking about communicating, with leaders or with reaching out to certain people, what would you say? You gave us some really good examples of how to communicate, but what would be some examples of what you should not communicate about or use LinkedIn for communication?
Yeah, the LinkedIn is for professional people. So don't use your personal language in contact with those people, because those people is care about their time on LinkedIn. So if you want something from one person, you have to be very specific about why you connect with them or with him or with her to facilitate the connection between both of you. Because I received, for example, a lot of requests from job seekers in unpolite way. For example, they using a very personal languages. So I feel that they are not serious about their request, and I feel that they are not professional. So I will not respond to their request.
That's a really, can you give maybe a specific example of what would be unprofessional or too formal in the way that you would not respond to the request? Just so we kind of know what to avoid.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Some people they said, "Hi, how are you?" And that's it. Then they said, "Do you have a job for me?" For example, without mentioning anything about what they are interested in. For example, and what is the work that or the skills that they have. For example, some people they dealing with me in very professional way. They send for me email that using professional writing. So hi Abir, I see your profile and I'm interested in, yani, they feeling me that they are do their homework and read my profile and find what is the mutual interest that we have together. Then they mentioned that they are very, for example, very interested to know or to working with me, and then they mention what the skills that they can offer for the companies that I work in, and they put link of portfolio of their work, or they told me please check our LinkedIn profile. That's a professional way, and that make me feeling that they are serious in contacting and in connection.
Great. That was really informative, actually. Thank you for sharing those examples. I think that helps all of us. So I think that leads also to my next question, which, and actually a comment as well, and a reminder to all of the alumni, the importance of proofreading what you write. So instead of just sending a comment or a message, or even just posting on your profile, it's very important to read through everything. And even though English may not be your first language, it's important that you check that things are capitalized correctly, that things are spelled correctly, that you're using appropriate grammar as much as possible. If you're seeking opportunities in the United States, or in at least in the United States, or perhaps in countries where English is the first language, it is considered to be very unprofessional if there are typos, if there are misspellings. So it's very important that you look through your profile and you look through your emails and your messages before you send them, so that you're using appropriate language, but that you're also using appropriate grammar and capitalization and punctuation and all of these
Yeah.
as well.
Sometimes, Christine, the tune that they talking to you about their interest, it will be very important. The attitude of writing, it's not matter about writing itself. For example, I received message from one. They told me, okay, what do you do in your company? So I know that is not serious, because if he interested to know what I do in my company, he can take a look into my profile and see what I do, and why you contact me if you don't if we don't have a mutual interest or benefit. It's not a Facebook. It's a professional professional network. if يعني we should have a mutual benefit to connect or to have a connection together.
I think that's a good important thing to remember that LinkedIn is not the same as Facebook. It's meant to be used as something different. We have Facebook groups, we have friends on Facebook for alumni, etc. But that's for socializing, and this is much more for professional networking and for professional development and career growth. So I think the last question that I want to ask, and then we also, I mean, I don't know if we have any questions that's come from the audience yet, but I want to ask then, since, can you just maybe focus a little, or just tell us a little bit of what you think the benefits of, for alumni to join LinkedIn and the YES LinkedIn group? Why do you think that it's important for them as members of a global alumni network to use the LinkedIn group for their own professional development, and what benefits do you see for them?
They will benefit on different levels because they can learn from each of other. They can find role models for them on LinkedIn, or for example, a lot of job seekers, they don't want what they want in their life, or how the career path looks. So the LinkedIn will offer you a good tool to discover and to explore successful people in your network. And also LinkedIn sometimes offer you opportunities for connection, if you are thinking of to build, for example, your business. So that will be great. And you will share opportunities, and you will share also the ideas, uh, because you will see people on from all the round of the world, and you can see people in different industries. Also, LinkedIn offer you latest news and updates about your industries. For example, if I am in technology field, I will receive always the latest news in my industries. So I will be up to date in all news in this field. Sometimes alumni or YES Alumni LinkedIn groups will share some programs that will open new opportunities for you. For example, internship or a grant. That will be very good opportunities for you.
Thank you so much, Abir. And I think those are most of the questions that we've had throughout that we've wanted to ask you. So if no one has any other questions, I want to say thank you so much. This has been such an informative webinar. I know I've learned a lot, and I need to go right now and spend the next couple of hours revamping my own LinkedIn account and profile to make it much better. But before we go, I want to point out to everyone down here in the corner where we have web links. You can link directly to the YES Alumni LinkedIn group, so you can join the group. You can also follow, join or network with Abir. Let her know you're a YES alum, and that's why you're wanting to connect with her. And you can also learn more about her company, Stay Linked, through her website. We also provide you a link to make it easy of how to go start an account. So if you don't already have a LinkedIn profile, you can join LinkedIn here and learn more about LinkedIn through their blog, tutorials even further than what Abir has said. So there's just a list of resources here that you can connect with and use. And hopefully we'll see you there in the LinkedIn group, where we're going to start having conversations and sharing professional opportunities And then
Yeah. Christine, can you give me a minute? I have a, I don't know how I can share with them also checklist of that they take a look at it before they are starting building their LinkedIn profile to ensure that they are on the right side. I don't know how I can upload this
so if
file
you if you
from
actually,
here.
that'd be great. If you email that to Sarah, she can we actually will put
Yeah.
all of these resources on the YES Alumni website page. So there will be this recording. It'll also be
Mm.
links, these links that we provide here, and then we can also provide that checklist on the website so that alumni and anyone else that wants to go look at it can take a look on the YES Alumni website and see that information. So if you email it to Sarah, we can definitely share that out.
Okay. Okay.
Here.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you for
Thank you so
all
much
of
for your
you.
time. And then I also want to encourage you all to practice those professional communications. You can actually maybe send a request to Abir using professional language that she recommended for good practice. But you can also find other YES alumni on LinkedIn as well for that. The final request I have before we end the webinar, we want to hear from you all what you're interested in learning more about. So in the left-hand side there, you can see we're asking, let us know, what other topics would you like to learn about in these alumni webinars? We're here to plan these for you and to help you improve your leadership and professional skills. So let us know in the chat box there or in that poll what it is that you would like to learn more about. And the final thing that I'd like to announce is that we will be having the final webinar on interfaith dialogue coming up in November. So stay tuned, look for more information about that and when that will be scheduled. So you can join us for that discussion as well. And we're going to go ahead and end the recording here, but we'll leave the room open for a little bit longer so you all can chat. You can chat to Abir. She'll be in the chat room. You can let us know more about what you want to learn. And don't forget to let us know what country you're from. And you can always watch the recording and share it with your friends. Hope you all learned a lot, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.